It's going down. I'm yelling Wednesday. You better move. You better dance.
Hey everyone, it's Wednesday and you all know what that means. It's once again time for the Top 5 Wednesday tag.
Yay!
Today's topic is probably my favorite topic that I've done so far, and that is going to be Top 5 Book Quotes. It was so fun getting to research this and look up all the quotes because I had some in my mind, but then I was like, I needed to go around on Goodreads and research some more to get the best possible list that I could for you all. So without further ado, I'm going to present to you my top 5 book quotes. Here we go. When I first saw that this week's topic was going to be top 5 book quotes, I knew that no book quote list would be complete without at least one quote from Mr. Adrian Ivankovich. Yeah, let's go. That's how you say his last name. When I was first coming up with the list, I thought, why not start off with an Adrian quote? So obviously there are a plethora of Adrian quotes I could pick from, and they are all hilarious in their own way. But the quote that I chose is from the Indigo Spell, and that quote is, "We need to get inside. I think my hair gel's frozen." Isn't that just like a perfect Adrian quote that just sums his personality up fabulously? And when I found it, I literally laughed out loud, and if I had been drinking milk, it probably would have snorted out of my nose. So I was like, that's definitely going on my list. That's how you know it was a good quote. The fourth quote on my list is going to come from Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. This is one of my favorite series, and these quotes, they're not like, they have funny moments, but they're not like those funny laugh out loud quotes like Adrian's quotes would be. They're more poetic, and the way Veronica Rossi writes is so gorgeous and beautiful. She's a painter too, so she paints a lot of pictures, and she also paints a lot of pictures with her words. I'm always blown away by the description she can make and give of like the simplest thing. She just makes it so beautiful and so pretty. But the quote I chose is, like I said, from the first book, and it is Perry when he says, "A world of nevers under a never sky. She fit in well then," he thought, "a girl who never shut up." I just love that quote. It's one of my liked quotes on Goodreads. It's from one of the first few sections we get from Perry's point of view right in the beginning, and the reason I love it so much is A, it's funny, but B, it also has the title in the sentence, and I love when books do that. When I'm reading a book and I see the title, like how it makes sense, or like see it actually physically in the book, I have a little fangirl moment. I'm like, that is so awesome! Number 3 is going to come from Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, and obviously if you haven't read Mockingjay, context of this quote might be a little spoilery, so you might want to skip over this quote and go on to the next one when you see that I am no longer holding up this gorgeous book right here. So if you haven't read Mockingjay, you're probably not going to want to hear this quote. But for all those of you who have read Mockingjay or who don't care if you're spoiled, the quote is from Katniss's point of view, and it's both Katniss and Peeta having a conversation, and it goes like this. So after, when he whispers, "You love me, real or not real?" I tell him, "Real." Isn't that just so cute? This is one of the moments that I'm looking forward to most seeing on screen, and it's going to be like the last moment we see because it's going to be in Mockingjay Part 2, which doesn't come out for like a year and a half, so I have a long time to wait, but this is probably my favorite quote in the entire series. I just love it so much. It's so cute. And Penis or Everlark or whatever you call their ship name, I absolutely love them, so to see her get together with Peeta, it just made my day, and that little quote, oh, it's a shipper's dream right there. Sorry all you Gale fans.
Time for my number 1 quote!
And that is going to come from Divergent, early in theaters as a major motion picture. There are about 1.5 million quotes that I love from Divergent. The way Veronica Roth writes in this book especially, she points out very interesting things. The quote that I picked was from 4, and that is dun 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 dun. "Fear doesn't shut you down, it wakes you up." I absolutely love this quote. I would legit get it tattooed somewhere on my arm or something if I wasn't so much of a baby when it comes to needles. I just love the insight into Trish's character. It's a nice moment in the Trish and Tobias relationship. Though when I was reading it, I pictured it as like a really slow moment where he's like, "Fear doesn't shut you down, it wakes you up." In the movie, Theo James is like, "Fear doesn't shut you down, it wakes you up," and he said it like really fast, but I loved it like that too because it was like he needed to get it out. Like that was literally like how Trish and his relationship is, like adrenaline fueled and like go. Like there's always this sense of urgency that they only have a finite amount of time together. I just love what the quote suggests. Like I said, I would love to get it tattooed or even painted on my wall somewhere. It's absolutely my favorite quote, and that is of course why it is my number 1. I'm so glad it made it into the movie because now I can go look up a gif for it and keep it forever and just smile when I see it. Alright, so those are my top 5 book quotes. I feel like I should apologize because I am just awful at reading quotes. I don't know what happened, but I was like, this is a really cool idea in theory, but when you go and just read quotes out loud, I sound like I don't even know, like I'm reciting a recipe for cake, so that was really awkward. But I do really really love those quotes, and if you want to see more quotes I like, feel free to check out my Goodreads page, Peta's Gal 16, I believe. Can never remember what the last two numbers are. I'll leave it in the little link box below so you can go see and maybe like some of the quotes yourself. Now that you've seen my top 5 quotes, I'd love to see your top 5 quotes. Like I said, book quotes are my life. I just love like going around on Goodreads and trying to find good ones. Like when I read a book, I go and try and like all the quotes that I like. So it's absolutely my favorite top 5 Wednesday topic that we've done so far. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you all for watching. I'm Miranda, and I will see you next time. Bye!